Look out over this audience tonight, I'm beginning to wonder if maybe the Erie pub might have to file for Chapter 11 in the next couple of days. Chancellor Motley, Vice Chancellor Titus, members of the selection committee, thank you for this amazing opportunity to be with you tonight to receive this award. It's hard for me to believe that a kid who grew up in South Boston playing stickball at the Perry School in Babe Ruth baseball could be standing before you tonight. Truth be told, however, this night should never have happened. You see, I never expected to enroll at Boston State College. After graduating from Boston Tech in 1965, I thought I would be going to work pitching for the Boston Red Sox, or perhaps maybe the hated Yankees. The only problem was, no one ever bothered to tell the Red Sox or the Yankees. I'm almost ashamed to admit it now, but back then, enrolling at Boston State simply was not one of my first choices. In the late 1960s were not much of a great time to be playing baseball at Boston State. Our home field was a patch of dirt in Roxbury called Marcella Park. We had a coach that once told us that he had been able to mathematically and scientifically prove that baseball was by far the most boring game that had ever been invented. And as far as Boston State athletics is concerned, baseball was considered the unwanted stepchild of an athletic program that barely recognized or wanted us. In terms of school popularity, I think we were rated somewhere just below co-ed Frisbee. But we didn't care. We loved the game, and not only did we not mind being the perennial underdogs, we took pride in it. We wore it like a badge of honor. We believed in ourselves, and we believed that we could beat anyone, and we almost did. We worked hard, played hard, and even managed to socialize a bit. Who could ever forget the inspiration for the movie Animal House that we all shared at 660 Comm Ave? It was no wonder that following my second season as a Warrior, my grade point average and my earned run average were a perfect match, 1.27. My job was perhaps the easiest of all. Just throw strikes, let him hit it, and leave the rest to us, I was told. And that's exactly what we did. And we won, and we won, and we won again. How could you possibly lose when you have players like Mike McCarthy, Kevin Martin, Rich Connolly, Ricky Lane, George Putnam, Billy Jacobs, and Jim Lynch playing with you? In spite of the negatives, we turned a group of baseball misfits into a winning team year after year. 4 of our teammates could not be here tonight, but they are embedded in our memories forever. The original Habba-Dabba man himself, downtown Jerry Brown, who passed away about 10 years ago. Bobby Lero, a Southie superstar who was unquestionably one of the toughest and most talented players you could ever play with. Billy Jacobs, the heart and soul of this team, who should have been standing before you long before ALS took him 7 years ago. And last but not least, the leader of this pack, Coach Frank Murphy, who I believe is now confined to a nursing home somewhere nearby. Coach Murphy had a lot more confidence in me than I ever had in myself. And how do I not say thanks to 2 of my Boston Tech high school teammates who are here with us tonight. Please welcome one of the greatest catchers and quarterbacks in the history of the Boston City League, the legend himself, Dave, one more Coors Light please, Brown. And the Iron Man of all City League infielders, Ed Dalton. Stand up and take a bow, guys. A special thanks to my brother John, my sister Florence, who taught me a long time ago. When life throws you curveballs, just get up there and keep on swinging. Sooner or later, you're going to hit one of them out of the damn ballpark. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Well, here we are together some 40 years later, so what did I really gain from enrolling at Boston State? Well, first, I reluctantly received a truly outstanding education, one that prepared me to teach in the Boston schools for 35 years. Secondly, I had the honor and privilege to play baseball with some pretty special guys. They stood behind me 40 years ago, and I'd like to ask you, if you don't mind, to indulge for 1 minute. I'm going to ask them to come up and stand by me tonight and behind me the way they did when I stood on the hill 40 years ago. George Putnam, Rich Connolly, Ricky Lane, Jimmy Lynch, Mike McCarthy, Dr. Mike McCarthy. Get up here, guys. And thirdly, I came away with one more thing. A cute little co-ed by the name of Rosie Dodge, who's been with me now for 40 years, and who gave me a son, Mark, and a daughter, Sarah, whose athletic accomplishments of her own could put mine to shame. Also, I'd like to mention Father Lawrence Widerholm, who was sort of a mentor and a teacher and a coach of ours 40 years ago. He was a pastor of a church right here at St. Christopher's at Columbia Point. He was also a member of the Philadelphia Phillies baseball team, and he traded in his baseball cleats for the cloth, and he followed the church and became a priest for 46 years. Father Widerholm passed away and was buried this morning, and I'd like to just say to him, thank you, Father. It was all worthwhile. And finally, as I look back now in retrospect, I cannot imagine going to school anywhere else, playing baseball anywhere else, other than Boston State. The rewards and memories that I walked away with from that school will last me an eternity. And finally, would you like to know what I do for work now? I work for the Red Sox. I finally got that call that I missed 40 years ago. I humbly accept this award with enormous sense of pride and gratitude, and I accept it on behalf of my teammates and my family. Thank you very much.